We're going to pop new seals into this 1100S transmission. Pretty simple job, but just thought I'd go through it. Before you throw the seals in, you always want to check the shifting. So I have a shift lever that's sort of extra, and just going to sit here and make sure we can. First, neutral, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. So neutral. So everything looks good. And now we're ready to pop the seals in. I have all the seals over here, various drivers here. We're going to start by rocking it back and getting the input shaft seal on here. Driver has a sleeve that goes over the input shaft. Seal rides down that sleeve. This is guided by that sleeve. And then you just bottom him out. Flipping it over now to the other side, we have the output shaft seal, and we have a very similar driver for that. Protective sleeve goes over the spline. Seal rides down the protective sleeve. Drive him in. For the rear input shaft seal, there's going to be a mandrel that goes through there and does the same thing, guides the seal over the end of the shaft. But it's worth pointing out before I do that, I always drill a hole in the bottom of the case here that drains any fluid that accumulates in this cavity. So if you have brake fluid leaking out of the slave cylinder, it'll go out of that hole rather than piling up, running through the input shaft onto the clutch. And if you have gear oil leaking out, it gets out of there before it contaminates the seal on the slave cylinder. Because the slave cylinder has brake fluid in it, transmission has gear oil in it, and the seals on each one are not compatible with the other fluid, and it'll wreck them. So if you have a leak, it'll drip out here. You'll see it happening before it causes a problem. So the mandrel is going to go on the inside. The seal is going to go over that. And then the driver is going to go down. That just leaves the shift drum seal, which is this small guy here, and we're just going to use a 12mm socket to tap him lightly into place. He doesn't go very deep. Once you've done this a while, you know where they are. And then we just have the shifter seal. BMW sells these handy little sleeves that protect the seal from the teeth of the splines. You can push them on, push the seal over that, and in this case we're also using a socket, just a slightly longer one, and he goes down flush. We'll pull the sleeve off. Clearly he's being a bit tough today. And we're done.